Kilarigbo TV. Òkìkí ọlá mi Àrẹ̀mú. Òkìkí ọlá mi Àrẹ̀mú. Ọlọ́jọ́ bí ó ti dé sẹ́yìn. Òkìkí ọlá mi Àrẹ̀mú. Bàbá mi Àrẹ̀mú. Òkìkí ọlá mi Àrẹ̀mú. Olúṣẹ́gun Olúṣẹ́gun. Òkìkí ọlá mi Àrẹ̀mú. Ọkọ̀ Bọ́lá lọ bá sọ́jọ́. Òkìkí ọlá mi Àrẹ̀mú.
honor to call on our chairperson who is going to give the chairman's remark. May I call on His Excellency Governor Sule Lamido for his opening remark.
Other expressions here, the highlights, ladies and gentlemen. After our 4-hour eventful event, where we had some many things about Baba, he's standing in the society and in the world at large. How he's been eulogized, how he's been celebrated. You heard what the Jamaican Press said, and others. Indeed, we are very, very lucky in Nigeria. There's this very, very rare geographical species, given to us by God. We are not here to enjoy ourselves, to die in the Coca-Cola, not to drink, to die in the wine, not to die in the Coca-Cola. And because I'm fasting, I'll simply watch you eating. So please, enjoy yourselves. Today is a day of celebration, a day of happiness, whereby our Baba is done 88. May I, Baba, on behalf of these people here who are going to dine with you, also convey to you our congratulations for this, milestone of your life. Ladies and gentlemen, bon appetit. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, His Excellency Governor Sule Lamido. Do we have Explicit here? Explicit, are you here? Explicit, please come forward quickly. You have 2 minutes. 2 minutes, please. And your time starts now. Yes, we have 1.5 minutes left. Explicit? Please step forward. This is the Explicit group. They are going to entertain us now. Explicit, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Are you sure you are ready?
Yes, sir.
This is Explicit.
This day possible as a day that He has made, and that we should rejoice and be glad in it. And we are here for occasion of having joy and expressing our appreciation among ourselves and our appreciation to God. And I thank God Almighty for that opportunity. Let me then start thanking those who have been directly responsible for the events of today, and we are only halfway through. And those indirectly responsible. Let me start with Professor Kilarigbo. We have the what do you call it? The authority for planning, arranging, and executing my birthday program. He's taken it upon himself for many years now. And if you have it,
Yes, sir.
some of us will like it to get into our hands,
Of course.
But when you then look, and I hope you will buy the books and read, when you take the lecture and the book on slavery, slave trade, colonialism, reparation, neo-colonialism, and then Nigeria path and future. You will see how the three come together. The lecturer made us to realize that part of our problem is what I may call the residue of slavery, slave trade, and colonialism. And until we can break ourselves completely out of it, we may not be able to make as much progress as we should. Decarbonization and decolonialization in many ways has a very good. And as one of the commentators on the lecture said, maybe we have to even look at decolonization of our names. And that brings me to the tradition. Who wants to continue to rename me Matthew? Well, I have no problem with this evangelical mission of who Matthew was as a disciple of Jesus Christ. But he was a tax collector. Now, we have Peter, who was a disciple. Even though he denied Jesus, he was forgiven, and he became the rock. We have John. Me, the name Matthew. I don't fancy. And I said, it was like my father, my mother, I don't know why they decided on Matthew. They didn't name me Peter. They didn't name me John. They didn't name me Samuel. They didn't name me Lucy. They didn't. Those are beautiful names. not even Joseph. So, a traditional can keep his mouth. I will keep my Olusegun, Okikiola, Aremu, Obasanjo. If you remember, he concluded a goodwill message by saying he wants to be 48 and he wants to reduce his wife to 52. I tell you that story. When I got him here from Nairobi to become Minister of Agriculture, at the request of President Jonathan, because he was the one who said to me, I want somebody who would do agriculture well. And I said, well, of the ones that I know, this is one. So when he came, President Jonathan changed his mind and decided that the Minister of Agriculture had been zoned to the north. So when I was told, and that he will become Minister of State. So when I was told, I called him, I said, go back to where you came from, immediately. Because as Minister of State, you will not be able to do anything. So he went back to Nairobi where he came from. And two people that I know in the government at that time, or who are coming in the government, went to President Jonathan and said, if you want agriculture to be taken care of, that man must have him back. So President Jonathan called me again and said, look, can you help me get that man back? I said, I don't know. So I phoned him and he said, it's no longer in my hand. It's now in the hand of my wife. And I haven't met his wife before. So I said, it's your wife, black or white? Oh, he said, you don't know my wife. Is the daughter of your previous director of agriculture. I said, so you must be a black woman? He said, yes. He said, it's Yenis. Oh, I said, okay. Can I talk to you? And then I talked to Yenis for about 5 minutes. Yenis started, he said, you know our problem, particularly those of us from that part of the country. Today they will say we are not northern, we are this and that. We are from Kogi. Eventually I persuaded her. So I said to Akin, now home front is clear. Come. And he came. And he became Minister of Agriculture. Then one day he came to me and said, this presidency of African Development Bank. I said that you are an agriculture man. He said, but I did agriculture. Oh, I didn't know that you did agriculture. In that case, you are interested? He said, yes. Okay, yeah. So we started. The first thing was, he was nominated by President Jonathan. And by the time the campaign would start, President Buhari has taken over. So we have to carry President Buhari on board. And the the long and short is that he became the president. So when he became the president, he wanted to make him that one. I said, hey, you can't make him that. Because if the night I spoke to Yemisi did not agree, there will be nothing we could do. And you will not be able to come back to be Minister of Agriculture. And if you are not Minister of Agriculture, this position you are now, as you rightly said, will not be possible. Therefore, your contribution is 45. So you are acting 45. And Yemisi is Yemisi 55. So since that time, they have been begging me to increase the figure from 45. And that's what he was referring to, that he wants to be acting 48 and reduce Yemisi to Yemisi 52, which I have not done. And of course, to have Dr. Rama as President and Chief Executive of African Bank. A very good bank doing a very good job. There have been 3 chief executives of African Bank. The first person was the Nigerian. The second one was an Nigerian. And the third one is the Nigerian, Rama. And how did that happen? When African Bank was established through the Africa Development Bank, Egypt lobbied for the location in Cairo on the ground that he will never lobby for the chief executive. And then after the Nigerian left, Cairo, Egypt started lobbying for chief executive of the bank. And everybody was about to agree, and I said, no, that this was not the time that we got the headquarters. So I refused. And because I refused, they refused for 5 years to give the man Ekra, who was elected as the chief executive of African Bank, to give him his. So for 5 years, he was running African Bank from the Hilton Hotel in Abuja for 5 years. But one person who held the fort firmly, loyally, and very, very committed was Rama. And then when Ekra finished his time, he said, well, the only thing that he believed he should do is to ensure that for Rama's loyalty, commitment, devotion, and everything, he should take it. And Rama has actually built that institution. In all this, I will know that, or maybe I should say, they make me whatever they want to make me, honorary ambassador, whatever. For me to be able to open doors for them wherever they want to go. Rama makes me that. Somebody sent a message to me that it's hungry, I should do good. Pound of Hill, who came on? He and I have been together for almost 50 years. And he said, he knew my age. I am 90. Don't believe him. You believe what my mother said. Only before my birthday. And Kabis, Alaki was born on the market day. And he is and nobody could change that. Every market day, I want to just say one of the comments on the report. Let's forget the lecturer brought it out vividly, while we should not forget slavery and slave trade. Whether it's transatlantic or trans-Sahara, they have the same effect on us. And he made the point strongly that if we forget, not only will we continue to suffer from the effect of what he called not an episode, but an epoch. But not only that, we will be re-enslaved again in one form or another. We haven't come out of the one that we have suffered more than standing about 2 centuries. And then Nigeria path and future. It is for all to see where we have all come from, without any exception, as a group. And then if there are a way out, and if there is a way out, what is the way out? And if we know the way out, how do we get there? And what should we do? But for me, I am an incurable optimist about Nigeria. Yes, the situation is bad, no doubt. But I believe that in my lifetime, we will have the Nigeria that we will be all proud of. I want to thank all those who have given goodwill and made comments. I appreciate you all, including that who had to go up and catch a plane. And now we go on to the second stage of this program, which is more enjoyable. It will be eating, dancing, and making merry. May all of you who have reached the age of 80 reach 90, 100, and I will celebrate that 90 and 100 with all of you. Those of you who have not reached 80, so that you cannot be called octogenarian yet, you will, by the grace of God, reach 80. But let us bear in mind that as Nigerians, there's duty, obligation for us. And if we do it well, we will have an enable Nigeria, enable Nigeria in our lifetime. Thank you. Now this is not a laughing matter, it's a serious matter. Olúbàrà, ẹ̀pà mi tó jí lọ́kì ní. Ṣé wà á tún jábọ̀ lè ní ẹ̀pà? All right. Through you, I give my greeting to all the other countries, to those who are oh, you want to give him power? Oh, you want to give and then I will especially thank Baba Àjẹ̀bú, mo ń kí yín o, mo ń kí yín, ìwọ fi kú mi. Ẹ ṣe gan-an, àdúgbò, we now go on.
Kilarigbo TV.